Welcome to another epic edition of World Surf Weekly, coming to you from the WSL Surf Ranch in Lemoore, California. We've got all the action from the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe, plus we're getting ready for the tour's next stop, the Corona Open Mexico presented by Quicksilver. Let's go! Welcome, surf fans, to a special edition of World Surf Weekly from here in Lemoore, California, home of the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. I'm your host, Chris Cote, joined by Kaipo Guerrero and Strider Wasilewski. These two guys had some of the best seats in the house for this incredible event. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was incredible. The performance levels, but also the pressure. In addition to that, dealing with some extreme heat, Strider. I mean, 110 degrees out there.
Yeah.
Daily.
You know what though? I just have to say it again. There's no excuses. You know, it was hot and you know, you have the pressure, but that's what these guys do. That's what they're built for. That's what they have to do to be championed. And they did it. And well, some of them did it. Some of them fell apart like paper in the water. Just but it was really fun to watch that. Let me tell you, it was really fun to watch the people melt down, just as fun as it was to watch the people win.
Now let's talk a little bit about the word that's been thrown around all weekend long. It was pressure, not only to perform here at this pivotal point on the championship tour, but also all the talk now, of course, going to the final five. Kaipo, you were right there in the mix with all of our surfers. Our final was incredible. Did you feel that palpable feeling of pressure, or was it more of a fun atmosphere down where the surfers were?
It was actually, between these two guys, it was yin and yang. Toledo hanging around with all his homies, with all his countrymen. Medina quietly psyching himself out, keeping to himself, and putting on great performances just like this.
Yeah, two different approaches. You know, we saw a high flying from both of them, but in the finals, it looked like they kind of leaned more on the power game, especially for Gabriel Medina. And the rarity to me was Medina falling twice. I don't think that's happened in an event in months. Gabriel Medina took it to Felipe Toledo, who answered right back in a big way.
Yeah, you know what? In the beginning of this final, it looked like it was that Toledo was tired and looked like Medina had to go. And then bang, like butter, that thing just melted off the pan. And it was incredible how clean this guy surfed when he came out and he needed it most. And that's where you see your true champions shine. I mean, obviously, it was a big win today for both of them, being from Brazil, Adrian de Souza, the whole story. But really, Toledo shining, getting his first win out here.
Yeah, and speaking of shining, it was a really great weekend for the Women's Championship Tour as well. There you see the celebration going on, and that was a big, big win. You can tell for Felipe Toledo. He wanted that, and he got exactly what he asked for.
What a Father's Day present. Are you
yeah,
kidding me?
That's right.
Ricardo for Toledo, and you know, that whole family and the vibe. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
No doubt. And then we move on to the women's final. You know, like I mentioned, especially on Saturday, the qualifying round, it really was launched into a whole new level of performance that we're seeing on this year's championship tour. Joanne Defay and Carissa Moore. I would say, you know, if you could go back in time and kind of rewrite the script, this was the matchup that you would have to expect. Joanne's so good here in the pool. We didn't have Lakey Peterson, who is incredibly explosive here. And that means the door was open for a battle like this. Carissa Moore, we all know what she's capable of, multi-time world champion, and she put on an absolute power clinic.
Yeah, great ability by Carissa Moore, but it was Joanne Defay, who really came with an incredible game on both the rights and the lefts, and I think that balance of her performance equaled her success, Strider.
You know, it's interesting. You see these two young ladies on camera, and you can just see the similarities in their surfing, where you've just got a solid core power base, and that's what they both have. We didn't see the crazy above the lip, you know, antics that we've seen Joanne Defay do in the past, even Carissa, and I think that it just, you know, speaks to how strong power surfing is still, you know, within this league.
And look at our surfing family, the Brazilians cheering up Joanne Defay after her victory, because like you said, Strider, everyone was so happy to see each other and to spend time again, right?
What an awesome moment there. And check this out, your Women's Championship Tour leaderboard was shaken up by the French surfer Joanne Defay, jumping all the way into that second place spot. Remember, we're trying to lock in our final five. Carissa Moore, she'll be there. Joanne DeFay, Sally Fitzgibbons, Tatiana Weston-Webb, and Stephanie Gilmore, along with Caroline Marks and Tyler Wright, still have a battle to fill those final 5 spots.
I'm surprised at Caroline Marks right now at number 6. Coming into this year, I really had her thinking she was going to be a front runner. So I'm surprised in that position right now.
And we didn't see those antics above the lip like there was a poster child of it. You know, she was blasting off the lip on the left. So it was kind of a question mark.
Well, the Brazilian Storm is going strong here on the men's championship tour leaderboard. Medina, Ferreira, Toledo, 1, 2, 3. What a trilogy of terror for the rest of the field.
And you know what's good to see? Morgan Siblick, the rookie, still up there in the final 5 as we exit Lemoore.
Hanging tough, and Griffin Colapinto has a chance to defend his home turf if he can hang on to that top 5 spot heading in to the final 5 that will happen at Lower Trestles.
What is that? Like 12,000 something points ahead, Medina. That's a pretty wild stretch right there.
Yeah, it's a battle for second place at this point. Gabriel Medina way out into the lead. And don't go anywhere, because history was made today. 2 surfers clinching their spot in the first ever Final 5 for the upcoming Rip Curl WSL Finals. Welcome back to a special edition of World Surf Weekly. Chris, Kaipo, Strider, we all witnessed history in the making today here at the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. For the first time ever, two surfers clinched their spots in the upcoming Final 5. What a day. And now we have something really to look forward to. We can start our scouting reports.
We sure can. And, 2 spots are taken right now. So 4 more left. And there's going to be a battle for those remaining 4 spots.
First 2 are very solid and in place, but you never know. Weirder things have happened. These guys could flip.
Yeah, we did see Gabriel Medina and Carissa Moore both clinch, but let's start with Gabriel Medina, who has been dominant throughout 2021. He seems like he's free. He's out there in the world, and he's doing big Gabriel Medina things, and here's how he clinched his spot for the Final 5.
He's claimed victory.
Big frontside air reverse for Gabriel Medina.
He finds a bigger red this time.
He's asking for a 10, please. Racetrack section, tail high reverse.
Really pivoting off the tail, hammers the pocket.
Huge alley-oop from Gabriel Medina into a frontside air reverse. With 2 more events to go, it's already official. Gabriel Medina has qualified for the Rip Curl WSL Finals as part of the WSL Final 5. Gabriel Medina, we will see you at Lowers.
Well, it was undeniable at the beginning of the Australian leg. We all saw Gabriel Medina make a huge return to form. I mean, the guy has been unstoppable since day one.
Yeah. And more relaxed than ever, friendly, outgoing, and dominating, and elevating his performances that were already so high to begin with, Strider.
I mean, there was only one thing to say after that. Watching that package of the way he got there, fun. He looked like he was having fun, and it made our world look fun, and that's what it's all about. Surfing is fun.
That's a pretty interesting note. I think his friends and family know how much fun he has surfing, but from the outside, he seems like just a very serious competitor, and I like that we're seeing a new look to Gabriel Medina. And then you flip it to the other dominant surfer on the women's tour. Of course, that is Carissa Moore. She made a huge statement at the beginning of this year, and she has taken the ball and ran with it. Our second surfer to qualify for the upcoming Final 5. The first of the females is Carissa Moore.
Great flow.
Just classy surfing.
Carissa Moore is marching through to the semi-finals for the 3rd time this year. Couple of solid turns there from Carissa Moore. This will be her best number to date. As we say, Carissa Moore, she surprised herself.
Yes.
A 9.9 for Carissa.
And look, she's just absolutely having a field day now.
First turn strong. Second maybe even better.
Clean little wedge, set up well for Riss. loves that real steep bowl. Now that slow motion bottom turn means it's tube time. Completely gone. Lemoore. From this day forward, this town will be known as Carissa Lemoore. Riss clinches a spot in the Rip Curl WSL Finals. We'll see you in September.
Great call there. Carissa Lemoore planting her flag here at Surf Ranch in a huge way. And again, you know, it's just domination from day one, and she looks like she's having fun as well.
Is she on her way to world title number 5?
Yes. The easy answer there is yes.
What do you think, Shai?
She's definitely got the upper hand. I mean, she goes into the finals at number 1, and we're going to see her just be able to sit back and wait for everybody to come to her. And that's a great position to be in.
Well, that is going to be a super day of surfing. But before we get to Trestles and the Final 5, we're going through 2 incredible locations, one of them being Barra de la Cruz in Mexico. We're going to preview that event coming up next. And as we ride this roller coaster of a year that has been the WSL Championship Tour 2021, the next stop, Vamos a Barra de la Cruz. Cannot wait for the next event coming up, the Corona Open Mexico, presented by Quiksilver. We're returning there after decades. 2006 was the last time we had a contest in mainland Mexico, and I'll tell you, that was truly one of the greatest events that's ever happened in surfing. So we all have our fingers crossed for what's going to come up next. This event that will be just in a few weeks from now, dovetailing off of this contest, has huge ramifications. Hopefully the waves are going to be pumping, and we're going to see the world's best in some of the world's best waves.
Can't wait. Warm water, point breaks, a new generation of performers showing up in Mexico, and some past favorites as well.
Yeah, well, and, you know, locals are going to get into this event as well, so we get to see some local talent down there from Barra. And you got to think that, you know, that sandbar and those barrels and that warm water is going to be a pleasure for all the athletes to be down there. I mean, I can't imagine anybody not wanting to be down there enjoying that place.
It's a purist dream as well. I mean, this is really where you're going to see power surfing reign supreme, tube riding, everything that you want to see as a surf fan most likely will go down. And since it's been so long since we've had that main contest down there, you got to look back at some of the performers we saw in 2006. Of course, one of them, Kelly Slater, who weaved his way through some of the best tube rides we've ever seen in competition. This is not hyperbole. I keep saying best ever, greatest ever, but take a look for yourself. Do I need to say anything more about the quality of waves at Barra de la Cruz?
I mean, to be honest, it was out of control how incredible it was down there, and everybody down there, they were getting like 15-second barrels at some points in their heats, and you can just see how big and heavy this is, a wave of consequence. Not to mention the inside section of this wave at the moment has a huge slab. So we're gonna have to see some mental go-for-it maneuvers on the inside of this wave in competition.
I love the boards in this clip. I love the board shorts. I like looking back at this, but just the tube time that you're seeing right now. Imagine some of our favorite surfers right now at a wave just like this.
He's riding an asymmetrical right here, I think.
And look at how long the board looks. I mean, this is 2 feet longer than the board he was riding at Surf Ranch today. So Kelly Slater does have experience at that wave, at that event. We know there's been a million free surfing trips, so probably everyone on the CT at this point has surfed in this area. But now it's time to do a little foreshadowing. Tons of new names on the championship tour for men and for women who have never competed at Barra de la Cruz. So who are you most looking forward to seeing compete down there, Kaipo?
I'm looking for Gabe Medina. I still think he's one of the best backhand barrel riders in the entire world. So I want to see him stop, go, move his board in those barrels, see how he's able to project through different sections. Gabe Medina on the women's side, sand bottom, right point. Steph Gilmore, of course.
Good call right there.
Who needs to make a jump, guys. So if she can get it together, headspace, she's got the talent, and basically the platform there is perfect for her. I'm also looking forward to seeing Griffin Colapinto, because we saw some fire out of him at this event. He stepped up, and I feel like he's going to come into this thing feeling laser focused and ready to do some damage. And I mean, he's so smooth, and I feel like he's a hope for us.
It's good call on Griffin Colapinto there. And don't forget that DraftKings and WSL have teamed up for a free game for us all to play. Here's what you need to know.
Get stoked, surfing fans, because DraftKings has a way for you to drop in on the action. No neoprene required. Right now, anyone can play for a share of $1,000 with our free-to-play surfing pool. Answer questions like, how many perfect 10s will be scored, if the winner surfs regular or goofy, and how far a rookie will place. So download the DraftKings app now. Use the promo code to play free for a share of $1,000 and make it rain with the official partner of the World Surf League.
Stick around, because coming up next, Kaipo shows us how to stay cool at Surf Ranch, and we get our set of the day. Welcome back to World Surf Weekly. I had an awesome job this weekend. I got to sit right here, look at the screen, and talk about some of the best surfing I've seen in a long time. You two, on the other hand, were out there in the sweltering heat doing whatever you could do to keep cool. He was in the pool, so what were you doing?
Yeah, I didn't have the luxury of being in the pool the whole time and immersed in water. So I had to find new ways to keep cool in the 110-degree heat. I have one surfer preparing right here. Sally's. She's getting ready. And I just, yeah. Hey, Kelly, Connor, Ryan. How you guys keeping cool?
Ice bath and shade.
That's literally the only way to stay cool here.
Is it the only way to stay
ice bath.
How you staying cool in the heat?
I got shade on.
You got shade? You want this?
Some ice.
Some ice for you, my man.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, it's cool. I'm cool enough. You know this.
I don't know, we're just sitting here watching ourselves go down the leaderboard. I think he was batting a 7.37.
Oh, 7.3? Okay,
Yeah.
so he needs a 7.47.
Who does the best math on tour?
The judges.
Okay, you win.
Whoa, VIP access for Kaipo Guerrero. I'm wondering, did you dunk your head in the ice bath before or after 80 of the best, hottest surfers literally on the planet went in there?
So I'm actually going to make a confession. The guys had just changed the water, and they assured me that it was clean because that was actually my concern. My friends know
germaphobe right here.
how,
the biggest.
how clean I am. So yeah, I was concerned about that, but it was
All right.
new water.
All right, well, we're going to cut you some slack there. You really did look very cool right there. You've been cool for a long time, and you're still cool, but you might not be as cool as this next guy. Adriana de Souza is going to kick us off here on our set of the day. A cool moment that set the tone for the weekend was Brazilian surfers, as well as a few others, paying their respects to a retiring Adriana de Souza. We had 12 Adriana de Souzas in this contest.
I love it. I like the matching wardrobe from all the boys and girls from Brazil.
Yeah, the camaraderie that you saw from the Brazilian Storm all the way through. I mean, it just feels so good to have the energy that they bring, and I feel like they're leading by example. And as a group of traveling surfers, it's really a pleasure to see these guys have that much vibe for each other and for that man. Adriana de Souza.
Yeah. It's a camaraderie thing, and it really is a traveling family, and we're so glad that the GOAT is back with us. This was a wild story because it was kind of so understated. Kelly Slater returns to competition after 4 events out in a huge way, doing some of the turns of the event.
Yeah, he's looking in form. I mean, he doesn't skip a beat, and at 49 years young, he's just an incredible athlete. In any sport. I mean, look at the performance, Strider. Look at him still on point.
This board was amazing for him. I think it was a 5.64 fin, and he was just crushing it on that board. And you can see the type of surfing he's doing. He knows what the board's going to do, and then he switched it up. I'm not too sure why, but Batman out of control sometimes.
Yeah, the Slater design's looking amazing.
Carissa Moore, she's just looking unstoppable. And she's going to bring the same game, I think, to Mexico. I mean, I don't really see her taking her foot off the gas, but I do see a challenge coming from women like Joanne Defay, and I want to see Caroline Marks to spark up in these next couple events.
I know. We actually, it's a great point. Some surfers that we thought would be right here in the number 1 or number 2 position are not.
Right.
Stephanie Gilmore, Caroline Marks, but you got Tati, you got Joanne DeFay, you got other people that are really showing a lot of flair.
This young surfer looked amazing as well. Joanne DeFay has now planted herself firmly into the world title conversation, looking like she could be on a great run up to that final 5.
Of course, yeah. Second place in Rottnest. She follows that up with a victory here at the Basin. Joanne DeFay, is she going to continue this run? I think she's got a ton of momentum, Strider.
Well, going into, look where we're going. We're having a perfect right hand, which she excelled at here. So it would lead you to believe that it's going to happen again, for her and her tube skills. I mean, come on, she's grabbing the wall, double arm grabs, and feeling like she's got, a lot of mojo going into that event.
Well, we've seen it before too. Once you get that win, we've seen surfers capitalize on that. And with Carissa Moore now having clinched her spot in the final 5, is she going to take her foot off the gas pedal a little bit potentially and leave the door open for surfers like Joanne DeFay to kick right through? And unsurprisingly, our number 1 set of the day moment comes from Gabriel Medina and Felipe Toledo. Again, nothing shocking here to have these 2 surfers in the final. Both of them, I'd say, equal favorites. You go by the numbers and you say, well, Medina's never been defeated here. Well, guess what? He has now.
Yeah, and just look at the backhand tube riding skills of Gabe Medina, as well as the flair. That's going to be danger come Mexico.
Here you go. Let's just watch this poetry in motion right here. I think this is his winning wave. Felipe Toledo enjoying the time in the tube and then just going absolutely bananas up in the lip and on the face, Kipes.
I hope he stays on this quad. I think this is some magic equipment for him. And look at how spicy and how fast he's going. Lip glide through that and just tracking in the barrel, Chris, incredibly well.
So fun to watch. This is punk rock surfing at its finest. Felipe Toledo gets the win at the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. And that's it for us here at World Surf Weekly. You guys want to end this show like we started this event?
Let's do it.
Count us off, Kaipo.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah! We'll see you in Mexico.
Corn dog.